Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. FPL Consult here, and today we're going to take a look at my Gameweek 27 transfer plans. So before we go into my transfer plans, what I would advise everyone is to hold off on their transfers until Wednesday evening. Now this is because the FA Cup 5th round will be happening during this midweek that is coming up, and therefore by Wednesday evening we would firstly know the results of the FA Cup 5th round, and thereafter we would also know how the draw is turning out, and therefore we can better predict the Gameweek 34 and 37 doubles, as well as confirmation on the blank in Gameweek 29. So there's a lot of information to be learned until Wednesday evening. And also, it will help us to decide our chip strategies. Most of us will be able to finalize our chip strategies by the midweek of Gameweek 27. So hold off on all your transfers, wait until the FA Cup 5th round is out, and then we can start planning and making transfers. But for now, in Gameweek 27, I thought I put out an early transfer plans video so that you guys can have a look at my team and what I plan to do for the game week coming up. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this one, and if you do, please drop a like and also subscribe as well if you are new around here. So for Gameweek 27, I think regardless of what FA Cup results happen, right, it would not affect my Gameweek 27 plan too much, because I am 99% sure that I will be rolling the transfer and saving this one free transfer that I have now for Gameweek 28 to bring in more Gameweek 28 doublers. So as you guys can see in my team, I don't have any Bournemouth players, I don't have any Luton players as well, so I need transfers in Gameweek 28 to bring these players in. Now, of course, barring any injuries, I don't have to make any changes to this team and I can roll the transfer. And the reason why I wouldn't bring forward my Gameweek 28 transfers now to Gameweek 27 is because the players that I intend to bring in Gameweek 28 are players like Solanke, players like Alfie Doughty. But the real question is who I would remove them for this game week. So let's talk about Solanke first. So there's Haaland, Toney and Watkins that take up my forward positions. Haaland I'm never going to sell for Solanke, especially when he has Manchester United at home. I actually think Man City get a couple of goals there. And then for Ollie Watkins, there's no way I'm going to sell him when he plays Luton away. And of course, Toney has Chelsea at home, but I wouldn't sell him because Toney is a player that I will be keeping if he is part of my strategy to not free hit in game week 29. Basically, he does have a fixture and he will be one of those players, or one of the key players of a free hit 29 team. So if I have him in my squad already, it also helps me to save the free hit in 29, because I wouldn't be missing out on a key player that people would be bringing in on a free hit come game week 29. So don't think I'll be selling Toney as well. So honestly, I don't see a place, or I don't see a player that I can remove to bring Solanke in this week, despite him having Burnley, right? So it's a good fixture for Solanke, but I think he will have to wait one more week, and then in Game Week 28 I will bring him in for Haaland. I'll explain more about my future plans in the next section, right? And then when it comes to Alfie Doughty as well, who would I remove for him? I don't see a player that I would want to remove Alfie Doughty for, especially when he has Aston Villa as well, right? Aston Villa is scoring really well at the moment, and Ollie Watkins, Douglas Luiz, Leon Bailey, all looking on fire right now. So I don't see why I should be bringing Alfie Doughty in for any of the defenders that I have right now. Virgil van Dijk, Kyle Walker, definitely not. And then for Reguilon, he's a player that I will be keeping because he is part of my strategy to save the free hit in 29 as well. He does have a fixture then. And then on the bench, it's Konza, who also potentially will be back in time for Game Week 29. And then Taylor also has a Game Week 29 fixture. So I don't see a player that I will remove for Alfie Doughty. So it's pretty much a situation where I'm going to be sticking with this team. And it's more a benching headache that I have at the moment, because I currently am benching Hwang Hee-chan. And just to touch on Hwang Hee-chan for a little bit, I was making a very tough decision on the deadline stream. For those of you who managed to catch it, I was deciding between two players, Hwang Hee-chan and Douglas Luiz. And obviously, Douglas Luiz has now come away with 2 goals against Nottingham Forest yesterday. I am recording this just before Wolves have played, so hopefully Hwang comes away with at least 1 return, right? If not, it is a very close 50-50 that I have possibly gotten wrong, right? But let's see, because there is still a chance that Hwang could have a fixture in 29, and that would obviously be known to us the midweek of Game Week 27, right? So there we go with my Game Week 27 plans. In terms of how I'm likely to line up, it's probably going to be this starting 11, Areola in goal, who plays Everton away. Dubravka was a bit ill, right, against Arsenal, so that was why he did not start. Some people are speculating whether he dropped out of the starting 11, but the news is that he was ill, right? But against Wolves, I don't think I would be starting him given the way Newcastle are defending right now. So I think I start Areola against Everton away. And then in defense is Reguilon, Virgil van Dijk, and Walker. Reguilon does not have the best fixture here, but I think out of all the other defenders on the bench, I'll probably still start him and take my chances with attacking returns there. And then in midfield is Palmer, Foden, Pascal Gross, and Saka, all with very, very decent fixtures. So I'm definitely going to start all of them. The real question for me in midfield is where do I fit Hwang Hee-chan in, who has Newcastle away, and I actually do think Wolves score a couple in there. So I'm probably going to spend majority of game week 27 deciding who I'm going to bench for Hwang if I do want to start him, right? If not, for the time being, these are the four midfielders, and then up front it's Haaland, Tony, and Watkins. Potentially I bench Tony for Hwang Hee-chan, we'll see about that, right? But for the time being, this is how it's going to look like. And then for captaincy in Game Week 27, it's going to swing. It's going to cause major swings, I think, because some people will still want to captain Haaland, but I think Saka is a very decent shout. Palmer is also a very decent shout, and there's Watkins as well, who plays Luton. So there's captaincy that could go either way in Game Week 27 that could cause some swings as well. So it will be quite an exciting game week 27. I'm likely still going to roll the transfer. Hopefully none of my players get injured and then I can roll the transfer. And let's now take a look at my transfer plans going into the next few game weeks. So this is my team on the fpl.team transfer planner. I've switched up the transfer planner that I've used because this one has predictions for the future blanks and doubles. So all you have to do is head to fpl.team, scroll down to the set Planet FPL projected fixtures, and basically they have teamed up fpl.team and Planet FPL to come up with a set of predictions for the future blanks and doubles, which of course we will get greater clarity come midweek of Game Week 27, but at least for now, based off of the information that we have as well as the odds, all you have to do is click this button and it will put into place the predictions that Planet FPL has, and then after that we can plan properly. So here we go for my Game Week 27 team, right? And in terms of making transfers in 27, as I've mentioned in the previous section, I don't think I'll be making any transfers. But come Game Week 28, what I intend to do is to make 3 changes. Right, so the first one is to do Kyle Walker to Alfie Doughty. I'm pretty much very, very set on this move because Walker's fixtures turn really, really bad. If you look at Man City's fixtures for the next few, it's Liverpool in 28, a very likely blank in 29 that Planet FPL have already removed. And then in Game Week 30, it's Arsenal. And come Game Week 31, I already plan to wildcard then, so I will be able to get Man City players back. So I don't mind selling them. And that is also why I intend to sell Haaland for Dominic Solanke. So basically, these will be my 2 free transfers, pretty much locked in for Game Week 28. And then comes the hit now that I plan to do in 28, which is to bring in an extra double game week player for Game Week 28. And the player that I'm likely to remove is Virgil van Dijk, because similar to Man City, their fixtures are also pretty bad for the next few until I wildcard in 31. Right, as you guys can see, just nice when I wildcard in 31, I'll be able to bring back triple Liverpool if I want to for Sheffield United at home. But before that, there's Man City in Game Week 28. In 29, they're likely to blank as well because of their involvement in the FA Cup, which of course, again, we will know come the midweek of 27. And then in 30 is Brighton at home. Right, so Van Dijk is also a player that I think can be sold. And if I do sell him, then the question is which Bournemouth player that I intend to bring in. So initially, I wanted to bring Senesi in, right? But the issue with Senesi now is that he's on 8 yellow cards, and basically 2 more gives him a suspension of 2 games, right? So obviously if I do make this transfer, I can just start him ahead of Reguilon this week. That would be perfect, but that really depends on how many yellow cards he picks up in the lead up to Game Week 28, right? And if, say for example, he's fine, right, then I'll probably make this move and take it for a hit, so -4 hit. And then come Game Week 29, I will probably have to take again another hit, so that would be a -8 in 28, and now a -4 in 28, and then a -4 in 29 again, right? So if you look at my team for Game Week 29, it's likely gonna look something like this. So what they have done is that they have predicted, or what Planet FPL have done is that they've predicted that the Luton versus Nottingham Forest game will still go ahead, because based off of the odds for the time being, that's what they have. So in Game Week 29, my team is likely going to look something like this, right? So I'm going to take, again, as I've said, a -4 hit here. I'm going to bring Son as well as Madison in for Foden and Saka. It could be Richarlison, it could be Madison, we'll see what happens there. But then with a -4 hit, I'll be able to get to 9 playing players in Game Week 29, which again, as I've mentioned during the deadline stream, I maybe should have brought Douglas Luiz in for Hwang Hee-chan, but I could not resist the temptation. So let's see how Hwang Hee-chan does. And obviously by the time you're watching this, you would know the result of the Wolves game. Hopefully he gets a return, but if not, it is also not impossible that the Bournemouth and Wolves game go ahead, because the combination for that to happen is that Wolves have to lose to Brighton, which is possible, and then Bournemouth have to lose to Leicester, who are currently top of the championship. So both of these results are possible, and if that actually does happen, then I would be in a situation where if Bournemouth and Wolves continue to have a fixture in 29, I can actually just start Solanke, assuming these two have a fixture, and I'll be able to have 11 players in 29. So essentially, for the time being, this is the plan, to save the free hit in 29, and my team would look something like this. And thereafter, when I come back to 27 now, you also see how in the lead up to Game Week 29, I will have to roll my transfer so that I have free transfers moving forward. And again, it is probably going to be a benching headache, as I've mentioned, right? So if I set up my team for Game Week 27 as I did in the previous section, it probably is going to look something like this. I will have to decide who I am going to sub out for Hwang if I do want to start Hwang. But if not, this is likely what my Game Week 27 team is going to look like after rolling the transfer. Let me know what you guys think, as well as what you guys are doing. But again, as I've mentioned, don't make any transfers yet. Just have a plan and then be open to adapting it when the results of the FA Cup are done in midweek. But if not, thank you guys for watching to this point. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a like and also subscribe as well if you are new around here. And I will catch you guys in more Game Week 27 content coming very soon. There will be some chip strategy videos coming out, a prediction on the Game Week 34 and 37 doubles that should be helpful for future planning as well. I will hopefully get all of these out this week, and potentially a wildcard draft for 27 as well. So do keep a lookout for that, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye.